The Chair in the Cemetery, Riobamba, Chimborazo, Ecuador. If you go to the cemetery of the city of Riobamba, you will notice that in the middle of it, next to a grave whose owner's name is Elizabeth, there is a chair occupying the space that once belonged to her husband and true love, Joseph. The cemeteries are places where life and death mix. We say this because every time a person is buried, their mourners come to say their last goodbyes. This is the story of Elizabeth and Joseph, a couple of tourists that, by pure luck and chance, had arrived in the city of Riobamba at the end of the 19th century. These two were so in love, they shared all their tastes and hobbies, and what they liked most was carrying out actions that would lead to social good. On a change of luck, Elizabeth suddenly fell ill, and after months and months of fighting against this unknown illness, she unfortunately went to pay Mama Coco an eternal visit. Her husband Joseph was left with a broken heart. The worst thing was that he could not get her image out of his mind. The man will spend day and night hugging his wife's tombstone. Given that they were both foreigners, they had a maximum period of stay within Ecuadorian territory. However, when time was up, Joseph blatantly refused to leave his wife's grave alone because he said that there was no one left for him to come to in their country of origin. The authorities showed compassion and allowed him to stay so he could continue visiting her at the cemetery on a regular basis. Thus, anyone who visited the cemetery could see that man sitting in a chair next to a tombstone. There were times that he was seen chatting to his wife. Other times, he would be reading poems, love poems from her favorite book. After many years, Joseph too went with Mama Coco, and he was buried by the cemetery people next to his wife. Finally, the gravediggers decided to place a chair forever as a faithful reminder that true and above all eternal love does exist.